Yo, what's up, everybody at home? We showing up late to the function tonight, but we here. It's another episode of the Gauntlet show on Sideline Network. I'm your host, JT. I got Denzel Snipes, Detroit Dom, and JJ Jenkins in the house tonight. So, what's up, fellas? How we all doing? And you guys ready to talk about some more playoff football tonight?
Yeah, absolutely, man. That actually was one of the better wild card weekends that I think we've seen in a minute. And yeah, we've got a hell of a divisional round to talk about. So yeah, let's get to it. JJ, what did you order to eat, man?
I don't know, but I can smell it.
No, I just had some chicken tenders, and then I have a double cheeseburger waiting in here.
Woo!
Damn,
that's a lot of protein, baby. Woo!
You getting fried. You getting fried after the show. That's what all that damn food is for. I know, because I'm finna drink. I got a calzone sitting right here.
Damn, that sounds good as hell. You know why? I might be back on the Uber Eats after the show.
You know, when I used to be a kid, when I was a kid, I was such of a glutton that I used to get so hungry watching cartoons, and like they're eating like the cartoon burger and chicken and steak, and I used to be like, I wish I was getting like 5,000 burgers all at one time like them, because it was.
I got a new idea. For the show. This just came to me. Because remember how back in the day, JJ would do the segment for bet prop of the week or whatever?
Yeah.
But he said he's doing the bet cleanse right now. So we should replace it and let JJ do a food review live on the show.
Why not?
Do like scale 1 to 10, like take one bite and like give it a number of how good it is.
Yeah, and to let people know, you know, hey, if you're ever in the DC area, you know, this place over here got some good, you know, whatever. Why not?
You already know all the good spots.
I do.
Everybody knows the rules.
Florida.
I
Portnoy.
do want to let you know. I do want to say one thing. It's not a bet cleanse, because I just like to enjoy my break. I don't like going. I have been doing the sports betting since like 2019, and when I first started, I was doing it around the clock, 24/7. Now I would say about 2 years ago, I started to kind of take these breaks, and so to your point, a little bit of a just backing away, but sports betting is exhausting. It's exhausting, and so if you want,
and it's ruining sports.
100%. And so I kind of feel it's kind of a conflict a little bit, because I see how it's ruining the sport. But
Did you hear about this shit with my alma mater?
Yeah, and like, but for me, it's just I guess I'm so old school, and I'm not bad at it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not bad at it, so it doesn't bother me, because as much as people are having problems with things, I wasn't having issues with like the point shaving of players and stuff, because through the betting, I look at the game different. So all in all, I say that to say, because I am going on a tangent, it's one of those things where I'm just like, hey, I'll be back at baseball. Trust and believe, I'll be back at baseball.
I like
because
the better with illegal.
If I'm completely honest, and I told my friends, they didn't believe me. The one sport that I love and the one sport that I enjoy betting on is baseball. And I've won more in baseball in this past 2 summers, than I've won in any other sports for the first 6 years that I was doing it. I love baseball. So that's when I'll be back.
I think it's a little bit easier to bet on than other sports.
It is.
Well, it's the one with
I would say it's harder unless you actually
the least amount of.
No, I don't agree with that.
Well, no, it's not that. It's nuanced. It really is nuanced, and people have to kind of hit baseball mode. Like our minds are trained to think if you see somebody for
I'll put it this way. it's easier for me to hit a prop bet if a guy gets a couple hits rather than an NBA player like has to drop 20 points because
but
it's a little bit easier.
I will tell you, I will say this, and I do tell people, anyone that wants to do betting, I'm like, you have to look at it more from a tactical standpoint and not as what you actually may personally think of the player. Because that player very well can get, let's say, 8 rebounds in the game, or let's say 25 points. But from a tactical standpoint of, let's say, what type of team they're playing, it may not be the best approach. Perfect example, when Luka was with the Mavericks, Jason Kidd's #1 approach was to take away your best player. Just take away. So when your best player is a smart player, like let's say Kawhi Leonard or LeBron James, they're not going to dominate the scoring department, but that doesn't mean you can't get something in the rebound or assist department because they're still going to affect the game in different ways. But most people, and I used to think like this, when they see the player, they're like, oh yeah, it's going to be tough, but you know what? I saw them drop 30 the other day, so they're going to do it no problem. Now with baseball, the reason why baseball is a little bit less different is because they can't, if you are rigging, you can't influence it as much. You can't visibly rig a pitching to a player because you have to go into the strike zone or you'll walk everybody all the
unless
time.
you're Emmanuel Clase.
Okay.
All right, fellas.
Yep, sorry.
Let's start.
Yeah, we gotta start with.
Let's get everything
My
started
bad,
now.
guys.
But I appreciate all the feedback with the sports betting. Very educational to all of our young bettors watching the show. Ladies and gentlemen, sports moron of the week time.
Ooh.
To call out the dumbest moment of the week. Who wants to take the first bite of the apple?
I'll go real quick. Like, I could have swore I had a better one in my mind, but like I can't. This segment can't come and go without me making note of, and I'm fairly certain this also includes at least one of you. But to any one of my co-hosts, to any bettor out there, to any member of the sports media world that picked the Chargers to even cover, let alone win that game, what were you thinking? Like, the good thing about this, and I mean it was already in place prior to the playoff game, but you don't, because you guys know how I feel about Justin Herbert. You haven't really heard him mentioned very much, in the elite quarterback categories, even before this god-awful game. Not that it was his fault, but dude is awful in the playoffs. I was just looking at his numbers. Terrible. Quarterback rating is like in the 60s. He's got like 2 touchdown passes and like 5 picks.
He also had like 4 offensive linemen that were injured.
Both of his tackles, yeah. I think another one that was a starter, and their backups are really bad.
Really bad.
Not for nothing, the Chargers lost arguably the best tackle to Penei Sewell in the game. Rashawn Slater was just a first-team All-Pro Pro Bowl as tackle last year. So that's a huge loss, which kind of really made them on a little bit of a downhill swing, especially from a run game standpoint.
Yeah, and Joe Alt.
The Chargers will be a lot better with a healthy offensive line next year.
Absolutely. I would like to take
any
a
other
next piece.
sport? Yeah, go ahead.
So I seen a clip today, and I started watching people's notes on this, and I think I'm just tired. I think I'm tired of people thinking that Lamar saved John's job and John didn't develop Lamar. But yes, Lamar saved John's job, but he absolutely is key to helping him develop. I think what I'm starting to really get frustrated with is that people are so easily moved based off of whatever they see. Because there's this narrative that Lamar had beef with Harbaugh and beef with everything that was developing. But yet one of our main reporters, as I've said it before, like Sarah Ellison, Jamison Hensley, and Jeff Zebrick, literally came out and said that Steve Bisciotti went to Lamar and asked if he had a problem with him, and Lamar straight up said, "It's like he ain't got no problem with John Harbaugh." If you know how the Ravens, if you honestly followed the Ravens, you would know that Lamar does not input on any of that type of situation. He's not that type of guy. But what I've learned is like maybe you guys just like you can't survive without anything that's negative, that's positive. If it's not negative, you have a problem. And in this breakup with this team, it wasn't a negative one. Yeah, it hurt because probably John wanted to retire here. But it wasn't as if that Steve literally delivered it in a way that it would have made John feel like, oh, I don't have respect for this man. John's going to be immortalized in Ravens history for the rest of the time that the team has been around. And they never had an issue. Because Lamar knows John, and there's a very detailed ESPN article about this. John changed his entire framework of how he approaches everything because he believed in Lamar, and it made them so much stronger. This team didn't get to this point off of just Lamar doing his theatrics alone. John very well had a lot to do with it. So y'all just got to chill out, because at the end of the day, it says a lot that you can't survive without saying something negative about a situation. It's trying to spew something out. But it is what it is.
So, supposedly, I heard that Lamar might be involved or have like put on the next head coach. Like, do we think that's true? And should he?
It depends. I don't personally.
Yeah, he's
for
gonna
me,
have some input. He's not gonna make
I
the
don't
decision.
know.
That's what the Ravens owner said.
I don't really know. I don't really know if that's the case, because even Ray Lewis didn't have any decisions on anything like that. I don't necessarily know. I think they're going to look at they'll probably look at what they know Lamar likes and what he likes to see in the offense, because of based on what they've seen from him. But no, I think that because Lamar doesn't overstep. Lamar's not. He'll always be like, "Yo, yeah, I like him. Yeah, he's cool." He'll if they do go in a way where it influences him, he's not going to come in and say, "Yeah, I want this guy." Let's say you ask him a question about how you feel the person, and based off his excitement for that person, and say, "Yeah, I want him," or something. That would make them do the decision. You see how it's not necessarily demanding it, but it's like they're taking it into consideration on their own volition.
Right.
All right, Jay, it's your turn now.
I didn't have one necessarily.
Really?
I mean, the only
don't
thing
have
I'm
one?
really gonna
You don't have
say,
one?
only thing I really would say regarding the whole AJ Brown thing, because I've been seeing like people come out on TikTok and shit saying they should trade him. I don't think they should trade him. I think that he should just shut up and play ball at the end of the day.
But if he doesn't want to be here, he doesn't want to be here.
If he don't, now if he doesn't want, if he don't want to be there, that's a different story. I was talking about like people just saying.
The only thing I will say is he needs to make up his mind.
If he does
make up his mind, he needs to be honest and say if he wants to be here or not. And then we move on.
And to your point, James, if he says he needs to move on, then your first order of business is to figure it out with your quarterback and your running back. Because no matter how many times you have things try to go away and things like that, it still looks like there is a disconnect between all three. And at the end of the day, no shade. They have seen it, and you have seen it happen again in the postseason. The team is at its best when it goes from the run of the quarterback and the running back, and then to you, the receivers and the tight end.
Nah, listen, I don't want to hear any excuses. You saw how many times in that game A.J. Brown had opportunities. Jalen Hurts gave him the ball. You said the whole season how you wanted the ball, and this is what you did. It's an unacceptable performance from A.J. Brown. So at the end, decide what you want to do. Do you want to figure this out together, or do you want to leave? Tell somebody a straight answer. Don't do any more of this cryptic bullshit. Figure your stuff out, and then either stay or go. So,
the fight with Sirianni in the middle of the game was not good. I ain't gonna lie to you.
But that's enough on that. I actually got another sports moron, that might raise some heads, but I'm going to just give my honest opinion and give my take on this.
Okay.
Ben Johnson and his post-game behavior after the Bears' wild card win over the Green Bay Packers. I don't care what you want to say, like this is a rivalry, this, that. You are the head coach of the team. You have to convey some level of professionalism. You are not a fan. So you screaming and hollering, fuck the Packers in the locker room is not acceptable behavior from the guy that's supposed to be the leader of the football. You are not a fan. This is not how you are supposed to conduct yourself to your team. I don't care how exciting it is. I don't care, like, it was a big moment. I think it was really childish behavior from Ben Johnson, who actually didn't really coach that good of a game in this game. The Bears were let off the hook by the Green Bay Packers, who essentially did absolutely nothing the entire second half. So Ben Johnson made a lot of poor coaching decisions, and it just didn't backfire on him because the Packers basically couldn't capitalize on anything the entire second half. So that's my thoughts on that. I think it was childish by Ben Johnson. You're the head coach of the team. You gotta act more professional.
Can I ask you a question? I'm just curious. If he had delivered it in like a press conference, and he had like maybe one or two slick comments, but they weren't like aggressive, but he was.
And I got no problem with that.
Right, I got no problem with that. Because coaches do hate other teams. That was like Mike Ditka didn't like the Packers, but like it's the way he did it.
I know, but he would never do something like that. That was childish.
Well, Ditka has done aggressive things, but I'm saying like it's just how he did it. I got you.
So when you're the head coach of a team, you're supposed to have class, and I don't think that was an example of class.
Knowing the kind of man you are as a man, I absolutely respect it because I understand why. But I thought about when you said it, I was like, it doesn't raise an eyebrow for me because I know the type of man James is and I know what he values. Yeah. So I kind of get it. I totally get it.
Appreciate that.
It's something that we would. I mean, I see where James is coming from because it's something 100%. That we would expect from a player, but not a coach. And we've seen coaches do some things, but yeah, like I'd expect that from like a player or something like that. But yeah, a coach, I get it. I totally get it.
How you lead? I was saying how you lead is very near and dear to James' leadership standpoint, and I have a huge respect for that because I understand why.
Sure. You gotta be mature when you're in a position like this. You gotta be mature because you're representing the whole organization. You're not just representing yourself. You're representing yourself and like so many other people. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on that.
Or at the very minimum, situational awareness. If you're gonna do something like that, make sure the cameras are out of the locker room.
I think that was part of his intention.
Oh yeah, he did it so it would be covered on purpose. Like there's
should be covered. Yeah, and I can see that angle too.
Guess what? You know what? If something happens this week and the Bears get blown out against the Rams, everybody's gonna be talking about it.
Yep.
So let's see what happens.
All right, Gauntlet Grinders.
All right, who's going to take the first take on this one?
Quick, NFC, Puka 10 catches, over 100 yards, a rushing touchdown, had like 3 carries for another touchdown. So that's NFC. AFC, I'm going the entire Patriots. 6 sacks. The Chargers could not get anything going. I didn't really see any when I looked at the box scores, I didn't see a lot of standout individual AFC games. So that's why I went. It's kind of a cop-out, but that's why I went with their entire defense.
I've done the entire defense several times. It's all good. Sometimes the defense puts on a masterful performance that you got to point it out. I mean, there's no There's no problem with that. JJ, you got Gauntlet Grinders?
Yeah, in NFC, I'm going to give it to that good old running back up in San Francisco because Christian McCaffrey was very instrumental to helping the San Francisco 49ers take down the reigning champs at the time of the Philadelphia Eagles. And I'll give a good shout out to that Houston Texans defense because in my group chat at my job, we all have a chat about the picks and stuff. And because of Houston's defense, I knew how challenging Pittsburgh's offense was. I knew they were going to show out. And they practically scored in every way but a kick return or a punt return in that game. They had scored with a receiving touchdown, passing touchdown. They had a fumble recovery and an interception for a touchdown. Shout out to that defense. And anytime this is the second straight year that Pittsburgh has gotten their butt whooped in the wild card because we know what happened last year. And here they come this year.
Yeah. And so my Gauntlet Grinders, so in the Texans-Steelers game, I mean, neither quarterback really lit up the stat sheet or was outstanding or anything like that. But I'm going to give it to wide receiver Christian Kirk. Houston wide receiver Christian Kirk, 8 receptions, 144 yards, and a score.
Yep.
Whenever the drive needed to be, and I said Christian Kirk, not Charlie Kirk, okay? Whenever
yeah, Stephen A. Smith, you're the sports moron for that comment, by the way.
Yeah. Whenever the Texans needed to extend the drive and convert on the third down, which they clearly outplayed the Steelers in that game. I think they went 10 of 15 total on third downs. Christian Kirk was the surefire guy to go to. Had a long catch and run on the drive before Woody Marks ran in the dagger touchdown. He had the long catch and run. But, I mean, the Steelers defense, they couldn't do anything with Christian Kirk all night. So, he's my Gauntlet Grinder for the AFC. For the NFC, I'm actually going to give it to tight end Colston Loveland for the Bears. He didn't score, but he had 8 for 137. And whenever he would catch the ball, he would get the Bears in position to score. So, he did his job. Now, whether the Bears finished the drive with a touchdown or not. But, very, very instrumental. And
it was the most yards by a rookie tight end in the wild card round.
In the wild card round. Yep, Colston Loveland. So those are my Gauntlet Grinders for the AFC and the NFC. Shout out to those brothers. James?
He's coming on strong the last half of the year. Colston Loveland.
Yep. I still think
I'm gonna say, as much as we want to like laugh at the Panthers and say like they really didn't deserve to be in the playoffs, the Panthers team deserve a lot of credit. They played very good enough to win that game. It just came down to Matthew Stafford game-winning drive there. But honestly, I want to say I was shocked with Bryce Young and this team, what they did. They didn't get blown. I mean, don't want to give out a Gauntlet Grinder for Immortals victories, but I gotta say credit to the Panthers for that performance in that game. So I'll say shout out to them too. And in the AFC, I know Don Murray saved the Patriots defense, but my boy Milton Williams, former Eagle, he had 2 sacks in that game. He obliterated the offensive line of the Chargers in that game. I think he also was just all over Justin Herbert. Like guy couldn't even breathe in that game. I feel bad for him with that offensive line, but Milton Williams is a really good piece for that Patriots defense. So, these upcoming games, the rest of the postseason, I know Patriots is a pretty inexperienced team from playoff standpoint, but I think they're still going to have a chance to be in these games and go on a run. So I give to Milton Williams on that one.
I'm gonna let you slide on the fact because there was only one person on this panel that gave the Panthers a chance to cover when we actually talked about it, and let's not forget that, sir.
So you didn't think they were gonna still lose?
I didn't think. I gave them a chance in the game. Actually, Mike said they were going to cover the spread, and on top of that, I was when I did my little picks for my job, I had them in a 4-point loss. I believed in them to be competitive. You guys did it. I believed in them to be competitive.
Yeah, honestly, I got to take the L on that one. I was very surprised. So this is either really credit to the Panthers. I want to give the credit to the Panthers, but I also if I'm the Rams going into this week, I'm a little concerned because the way the season has been going toward the end of the season, especially with their defense, hasn't been playing well. So we're gonna see what happens this Sunday.
Well, you know what? To your point, how they
play, I don't know.
To your point about the what's it called? The Panthers. That's how they played this game or called this game is one of the reasons why Rico Dowdle is actually not possible considering not coming back, because he really was a big piece of why they actually got here, and he didn't really have much of a factor in that game. They kind of ran Chubb most of the time.
What the hell happened? I can't hear JJ.
You couldn't hear me?
Try leaving and coming back. I heard JJ.
I hear JJ.
I'm about to say I ain't touching my phone.
I guess that's all we got for Gauntlet Grinders, folks.
Yep. Well, do you know ball when we come back? And we're back.
We're back for the divisional round of
Can you guys hear me?
Ball.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. And I feel that it's very appropriate that we keep the trend going. Last week we did the wild card. This week we do the divisional round of the playoffs. Question. So we're going to see how much we pay attention to the divisional round.
Mm-hmm.
First question, guys. Which divisional round game featured 87 points? It was between two AFC teams.
87 points.
87 combined points in this game. It was high scoring.
I definitely am thinking it's got to be during that year Jacksonville Miami played, or Jacksonville that season in '90s, because I remember looking this up on Madden and like a kid.
Can you name the two teams?
I was thinking it was a game involving Jacksonville as well.
I feel like it's definitely during that Jacksonville days, Keenan McCardell, Jimmy Smith days. I definitely feel like it's back then. And I just feel like in that, because that season that they made it to the AFC title game, I think was the same year that this game happened. And I'm not sure if it's when I say Miami or if I want to sit here and say like, but I don't know the other opponent, because I think Miami, Jacksonville, I know for a fact, scored 60 plus points in the game. I know that. But I also think that their opponent scored like 35 or 40, which would be over 87. And I'm like, hold on.
You're just looking for the two teams?
Yeah, can you guys at least give me the two teams that you think it is?
I'm gonna say
I'm gonna guess and say Jacksonville, Pittsburgh.
I'm gonna go Buffalo, Houston Oilers.
I want to say the Jets and somebody, but I would just have to pull a name out of a hat to say the other team. I don't even know. I don't know.
It was 2017. Blake Bortles and the Jacksonville Jaguars, 45-42 over the Steelers.
That's my point. That's my point. Jacksonville,
so there you
Pittsburgh.
Go. That was a good one.
Blake Bortles.
Blake Bottles, yes. The king of Jacksonville, Blake Bottles.
Blake Bortles. Well, Jacksonville wanted Blake Bortles to be a Lion, but we weren't having it.
Okay.
What's the next question?
True or false? No Super Bowl team has lost in the divisional round the previous season and then won the Super Bowl.
Huh?
You lost the divisional round and then the next year win the Super Bowl. True or false?
I feel like this is a setup, but like I can't tell you who, but I'm gonna say false.
Hold
I'm
on.
gonna say false.
Is it you think? Are you saying is it true that it's never happened, or false that it has happened? Okay, or the other way around?
True or false? No Super Bowl team has lost in the divisional round the previous season, and then went on to win the Super Bowl the next year.
I'm gonna say true.
It's probably true, but I'm saying false.
I'm gonna say true.
I'm saying false.
Point to JJ. It's true.
God,
It's never happened in NFL history.
That's crazy. So no team has ever lost in the divisional round and won it all the next year.
the
Whoever
opposite scenario happened.
Whoever
all the
loses
time.
this weekend, might as well count them out for next year. So they will win the Super Bowl 2 years from now, if anything.
Interesting. Okay. Well, JJ's got a point. I got a point.
All right. Which quarterback came off the bench in the divisional round and led a 98-yard touchdown drive to win the game? He came in because somebody got injured.
Why do I feel like this is a Steeler? I feel like
It
this
is not a Steeler.
I think
Thank God. Okay.
for some reason I'm thinking check down Chad.
Hold on.
Pennington?
No, Chad Henne.
Oh, Chad Henne. Oh, okay.
Okay, hold on. Led a 98-yard drive after the person got injured and it came into the postseason. Okay. Right. Okie dokie. Let's think. Hold on.
Or I don't know if that was the divisional round or the wild card round.
Killing me. I hate this. I don't know. Hold on. What quarterback got hurt? The other person came in. A game-winning 98-yard drive. Oh my!
I don't think he said game winning.
98-yard drive.
He said 98-yard drive to win the game. Okay,
To win it?
Drive. Yes.
Oh, and then I don't think it is Chad Henne.
I'm gonna. Gosh, I forgot. I'm gonna. I don't know. No, they lost that game. I'm about to say no, not TJ Yates. They lost that game.
No.
Gosh. You got me. I ain't got anything. I'm just curious to hear the answer.
Yeah, I have no idea.
It's Chad Henne against the Cleveland Browns, I think.
He should get the point for that though, because he did guess it.
I did.
Wow.
And then he said it wasn't.
Back in the game.
He took his answer back.
The hell no, I didn't. I said Chad
All
Henne.
right. Which divisional round game included a massive 70-yard clutch play to keep this team's postseason run alive? And you named the player and the team.
He had passed away, but rest in peace to Jacoby Jones, Mile High, Denver Joe Flacco, taking that thing to keep it to the intercept, to go to the end, and to go to overtime where Corey Graham gets interception on Peyton Manning, and we win the game.
And won the game.
Wait,
and notice Raheem Moore wasn't the same after that play.
70 yards.
You said to keep the game alive?
Kept the game alive.
Okay, so
Yeah, JJ, because that was a fourth down, wasn't it?
Fourth
That
quarter,
was a fourth down.
down.
Yeah, I think it was Jacoby Jones.
Jacoby Jones is dead?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
passed
he got like 2 years ago.
I forgot. What happened?
It was the tragedy. I don't really remember, but yeah, it's tough. That's my answer. I just recalled it in my head because I remember that. I think that's my.
I don't have a guess. Way to give JJ a layup on a Ravens player, though.
I could be wrong. It's just what I'm
Okay.
guessing.
Well, I got more. Don't worry about it. But it was Jacoby, just so you know.
It was.
And can you guys name the matchup that featured two quarterbacks 40-plus years old?
In the playoffs.
I think I know one of them, but who was the other guy?
And the same playoffs against each other?
You got to give me both quarterbacks.
They're both 40-plus and face each other in the playoffs.
In the divisional round. It was a divisional round game.
Maybe
was it Joe Montana? Was it Joe Montana and Rich Gannon? I know Rich Gannon made the.
Don't overthink it.
I think it's Joe Montana.
Gannon wasn't 40 at the time.
I thought he was.
I don't think Gannon even played until he was 40, and by the time that he did, he was in the AFC.
Yeah.
Right.
And Montana was retired by then.
I thought Montana retired in like 2000.
Yeah, but Montana also played in the AFC.
Montana was on the Chiefs. Man, Montana retired in like 94, 95.
Okay, then never mind. I'm not thinking right. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, Gannon was in like his third year.
Let me take that back. Okay, in their 40s. He was pretty old back then.
It wasn't Marino. He retired before 40. It wasn't Kelly. He retired before 40.
It wasn't hold on.
I think I know one of them, but I can't. I don't know who the other team and quarterback would have been.
I feel like one of them quarterbacks was Brett Favre. I think one of them quarterbacks might have been Brett Favre.
I'm trying to figure out to that point because I really feel like it is involving him. But
I'm trying to remember. Breeze.
Breeze was still young. Remember, Breeze
was still young.
Kurt Warner was old.
Think back at the tail end when he was in the Packers.
Right, but Kurt Warner was old when he got the Arizona Cardinals to the postseason, but I don't remember exactly how old he was.
He wasn't in the sport. He wasn't.
I don't think he was 40.
All right, hold on. Don't do it, James. Don't do it, James.
I think one of them is Favre, bro.
Hold on.
Thinking like the last year that he was in.
All right, you gotta give me the other guy though. You're gonna have to give me the other guy if you want the point.
They ain't beating the divisionals that year, man.
I'm gonna say Favre and I feel like they were in the postseason that year.
Wait, maybe Favre and Tom Brady. Did the Jets make the playoffs when Favre was there?
No,
they didn't. And Brady was not 40 yet.
Brady was way younger back then.
He was way younger. He wasn't even 10 years in.
I don't know.
Okay.
Give me half a point because I'm pretty sure one of them is technical Birdie.
All right, go ahead. I don't have one. I got Favre. Actually, I have one. I'm going to say Favre and Hasselbeck if they faced.
It's a good pick. Okay.
Oh man,
I don't think the bald bastard played till he was 40 either.
I don't know. I'm guessing when I think about people.
Fuck, I can't think of the other one, man. It's okay if one of them is, then I won't count it. But I'm sure one of them is.
All right, man. I can't believe I'm disappointed in you guys because you guys really were overthinking on this. It was Tom Brady and Drew Brees, Buccaneers versus the Saints.
Oh wow!
A couple years ago,
they both were 40.
We were overthinking it.
I think that was Drew Brees' last game.
It was his final game.
Ever.
It sure was. It sure was.
We sure did overthink.
That's crazy. We did overthink that.
You guys were kind of on the right track, but you were thinking too much about it. Was Tom Brady, but Tom Brady was way younger back then. When you're thinking about Tom Brady being old, it was like his tail end of his New England career and then the beginning of the Tampa.
His Bucs era, yeah. Forgot all about when he was Bucs.
He retired when he was
it's
like
just
45.
I thought Breeze was like 38 or 39 when he played Tom in the divisional round. I thought he was in his late 30s. He was 40 years old. Yeah.
There's only a handful of quarterbacks that played into their 40s in the postseason. So we had the pool down, but
I was, and you know what I was thinking, JJ? Because I was like, man, I bet it was Brett Favre. But I was thinking back to the 07 playoffs. I was like, who did the Green Bay beat in the divisional? And I couldn't think of it.
And the crazy
All
thing
right.
is they lost that year because they lost to Eli Manning.
They lost to Eli.
All right, guys.
but I forgot
Last
who they
one.
beat in the
I only
divisional.
want to do one. I only want to do one more.
All
I
right.
only want to do one more. Which two teams is tied for the most divisional round losses in NFL history?
Ooh. Two teams.
Both of them are in the NFC.
Oh.
Hold on. Cowboys are one. Because they talk about it all the time with them. They talk about it all the goddamn.
Right.
And Cowboys are one. I think the Detroit Lions are two.
Hell no.
I think Dallas.
But it's most consecutive divisional losses?
No.
So, most losses in
time.
NFL history in the divisional round.
Oh, dang. Let me change it. I don't know if it is Dallas anymore. Probably. But I'm going to say Dallas and the 49ers. No, not the 40 goddamn Niners. I'm going to say them
I
and
think
the
the Cowboys
goddamn
are.
Bears. No, Lions. No, damn it. I don't know. God dang it.
No.
He just said like three.
Right. I'm going to stick with my original two, the Dallas Cowboys and the 49ers.
Remember what I said on the last question, guys. Don't overthink this. If you know ball, you're going to get this one right.
Such a gaslighter.
Cowboys, I'm pretty sure he's right. I think the other one is the Packers.
No.
Maybe not. I don't know.
I'm going to switch. Actually, no. I'm going to switch it. I'm going to say Cowboys and Redskins or Commanders.
Ooh. Could be that.
That's what I'm going to stay with. I'm going to stay with both of them, too.
I'm sticking with Packers.
All right, Jay. You're up.
James put so much pressure on us. Because don't overthink it. Come on, guys. You got to guess.
I mean, if you know the teams that lose and choke, you should know the answer.
Maybe.
Oh, now Jay is totally out of the pressure, man. He disappeared. It was too much.
Maybe we remember, but we don't remember where we've seen it, but we don't remember. But
Where'd Jay go?
He's Googling it.
All right, I'm back. Did you guys give the answer?
Not yet, man. I'm waiting on you to give your guess.
Man, I'm gonna say Cowboys and Bears.
You guys were on the right track. Almost too close. It was the Cowboys, was one of them. And it was another team in the NFC North. But it was the Minnesota Purple Freaks, the Vikings.
Oh,
The
wow.
other team. They are
When I
tied with
looked at-
13.
when I looked at that division, that was the first team that I was going to originally say. That's crazy.
And
That's
Grizzler
insane.
gets it with that one.
Yep, Grizzly guessed it.
All right, guys. That was fun. But that's
Yeah.
the
Damn it!
divisional round.
Now I can't.
Yeah, where'd he go?
Anyway,
All right.
time to
Well-
make our picks for the divisional round.
Yep. Looks like we got the divisional round preview. So we're just gonna go down. So Saturday, so tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. Eastern, we got Bills at Broncos. James, we'll start.
I'm riding with the Buffalo Bills in this. The Broncos is the number one seed and everything, but I'm still not really sold on them, man. Like, I don't look at them and say yes. This is a Super Bowl team. I think Josh Allen is going to will this team to the Super Bowl. I think the Bills still come out of the AFC. I think it's going to be a big performance by Josh in this game. So I'm rolling with the Bills.
All right. I don't know what's going on with the dumb shit, but man, I'm gonna take the Bills also. I know the Broncos are coming into this game, the AFC #1 seed, and this is essentially supposed to be their get-back game because in the first round last year, it was Broncos at Bills, and after an opening drive, Nick's long ball TD, it was all Bills, and they ran them off the field. I think this one will be a lot closer. Mile High is going to be electric, but at the end, I actually trust number 17. Bo Nix has done his thing this year in close games, don't get me wrong, but Super Josh at the end of the day. I'm going to say Bills 30-26. Give me one of those funky final scores. 30-26. JJ?
I'm going to go Broncos because I do trust Sean Payton in this situation. I do trust his ability to try to bring out the best out of his offense in a situation like this against a good defense. And if you do know the defense of the actual Denver Broncos is pretty tough, I'm going to give them the win. I'm going to give them a win 31-27.
Okay. Dom, who you got? Bills or Broncos? Okay. I'm still having phone problems. Well, until Dom gets back, I guess we can move on to the next game. So that evening at the 8 p.m. slot, 8 p.m. Eastern slot on Fox, the rubber match, 49ers, Seahawks. James, who you got?
I think from a coaching standpoint, the Red Cowboys got the advantage.
Mm-hmm.
But from a team standpoint, Seattle got what it takes to win this game. I think they're going to ride the defense, and I think they're going to make enough plays from Sam Darnold to win. So Seahawks to host the NFC Championship.
What I love about this.
Go ahead, JJ. No, you good. Go ahead next, man.
My bad. I like this game because we have the offensive talented mind of Kyle Shanahan and his influence on his team's offense from a head coach standpoint. And we have the impressive mind of Mike McDonald on the defensive standpoint, influencing his team on the defensive standpoint. And then it's like they're literally basically offensive coordinator versus defensive coordinator and clashing off. I'm going to give it to the 49ers though, because I do think that I think that they're the type of team that knows how to play in the postseason. They've done this quite a few times with many various different groups, different lineups, and still been able to generate and get to the Super Bowl. Haven't won it yet, but they've been able to get there. I think they're going to be a different one this year. I think they're going to actually do a little bit better than they did the last time they played each other. And I think they win this game 28-24.
Okay. Tom, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Bills Broncos. Who you got?
Bills. Bo Nix is not that guy.
Okay.
He said Bo Nix is not that guy.
And then 49ers Hawks.
You're not gonna pick the greatest of all time, Kenneth Walker?
I am gonna pick Seattle because they're let's pick it up. Got 1,000 yards. Fred Warner's not coming back at least for another 80, right?
Yeah, he's practicing, but I don't think he's playing tomorrow.
Won that game last week. I don't even understand how the Eagles lost. Cut down McCaffrey. Overs have ended up from. Yeah, you could get the passing but they won.
Because the offense is so fucking incompetent. That's why.
Relying it deeply on Arthur Brown's drops.
It's Arthur Jawan.
What was the answer to the ball club?
Say it again, Dom.
What was the answer to the last ball club?
Oh, Cowboys.
Oh, the Vikings and the Cowboys.
Oh, that was the Vikings like at the very beginning.
You guys kept picking the wrong teams at the NFC North.
Yeah. So I'm on the 49ers and Seahawks. This is actually tough, man. I might go ahead and take Seattle in this one, but man, it was the fact. And I know, James said that, the offense for the Eagles just, didn't show up. And two things can be true. They didn't show up, but also the Niners, without their best and second best defender, they held the Eagles to 19 points on the road. That can't be overlooked. And even though Sam Darnold has yet to win a playoff game, he's got to bust his cherry sometime. I'm going to take the Hawks to win this one. Although if this was in Santa Clara, I probably would have taken the 49ers. But I think the Seahawks do just enough to win. I expect another low-scoring game. Instead, I'm going to say 17-10 Seattle. And Seattle relives memories of actually, no, this is the divisional round. But they relive memories of the 2014 NFC Championship game. The place is going to be loud and everything, facing a hated rival. But yeah, I think the Hawks get it done. Next game. Wait, go ahead, Dom. Hey, Dom, we can't hear you. Did you mute yourself?
Oh, no?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Oh,
yeah.
They split it.
They did split the season series. Hey, Dom, try bringing the phone up closer to you, man, because you keep going in and out. Talk.
No, he muted himself.
Oh, you muted yourself.
All right, next game.
Now. Well, next game. You try leaving it coming back real quick. All right, Sunday at the 3 p.m. Eastern slot, Texans Patriots. And while we're waiting on them two, I guess James, go ahead, man.
This is tough. Of the two quarterbacks in this game, I will lean more to Drake May because I think he's more consistent. But man, that defense with the Texans is legit. So, you know what? I'm gonna pick the Texans to win this game. I think Drake May, he's gonna make some mistakes against his defense.
What
and
the fuck?
They're gonna get a couple turnovers.
Of course, I got to ride with the Texans in this one. That defense, and now I will say this much, okay? Because the Texans defense, you figure they clearly were the stars of the show in the game against Pittsburgh. One thing they got pointed out, and one thing that can't keep happening is C.J. Stroud he was responsible for 3 turnovers. He had 5 fumbles, 2 of them lost, and he threw a horrible interception where he should have ran the ball. I don't know what it was, man. But when no one's open, he's not afraid to run. For whatever reason, he would not run the ball himself against Pittsburgh. I don't know what it was. Bless you.
Thank you.
But I do think that the Texans do enough to win. I think the Texans get a key stop toward the end. I'm going to take Texans 24-21. Also, it'll be good. Stephon Diggs playing his old team and everything. But, yeah, the Texans, C.J. Stroud has to be a little more careful with the ball. I think he's going to do a better job protecting the ball this time around. And once again, the defense just shows up, man. The funny part about this is C.J. Stroud doesn't even really have to be rookie Stroud. Just don't lose the game. Obviously, we're running the football well. When it's third down or whenever he has to throw, Stroud can make his throws. You know, the defense can do anything it takes to get to the Super Bowl. So, but we got to take it one game at a time. So I expect the defense to put some heavy pressure on Drake May to lock down the receivers and such. Now, if the Patriots win, they earned it, you know. But outside of that, I'm going to take the Texans in a close one. I'm going to say 24-21. Dom, who you got?
I'm really not sure. This is what I was trying to say earlier, but I didn't want to spoil it. You're going to need another big game from Christian Kirk because no Nico Collins.
Goes out, yep.
That defense is crazy, though.
But yeah, that's the other thing. Like, as atrocious as the Chargers' offense was, they forced a couple turnovers in that game and still couldn't get it done. I think it comes down to that, the turnover battle. Although that didn't seem to be the case in multiple wildcard round games. Like, man, how do you lose that game when you didn't turn it over and you forced multiple turnovers? But I don't know. I don't love either one of these teams in this game. Although, even though I think the Patriots are probably going to win, I'm going sentimental pick. I'm riding with you and your Texans, Jay. Give me the Texans.
All right. One thing that is worth noting. The New England Patriots only faced a top 10 scoring defense once this season, and in that game, they scored 16 points.
Yeah. Didn't the Patriots finish in last year?
They had 4 wins last year.
Yeah, they were in last, so they get the last place schedule. Yeah, it's hard for me to buy the Patriots, but Drake May has looked pretty poised all year.
Yes. He's gotten some MVP nods. And speaking of MVP nods, our last game at the 6:30 p.m. Eastern slot on NBC, we got Rams at Bears. This was going to be a tough one. James, who you got?
We're on with the Rams, baby.
Yeah.
Ben Johnson, you're going to sit your ass down after this game, all the stuff that you were doing. So, Matthew Stafford is only 1-9 in cold weather games, but I guess he's going to be 2-9 after this one. I'm calling him to dice it up, throw it to Devontae and Puka Nacua, and Ben Johnson. Sit your ass down. Go Rams.
Dom?
Much has been made of Stafford's record outside when it's cold, but how many of those games were when he played with the Lions? Like, I don't know that the Rams have even played but maybe 1 or 2 games with Stafford outside in that cold weather. I don't know if any have been in the playoffs or not. I'm trying to think back to their Super Bowl run and remember if they beat anyone outside when it was cold. I don't remember their record. Now, I don't remember where. Go ahead.
Real quick, don't forget the divisional round snow game out in Philly.
Yeah, that was a loss.
Yeah, that was a loss. So, but I
don't know which one he won.
Yeah, which one did he win? Anyway, go ahead, Dom.
Yeah, I just think this is where the buck stops for Ben Johnson and for Caleb Williams, because unless they can just run the absolute dog shit out of the ball and force multiple turnovers and not commit any of their own, like, I don't buy this Bears hype. And not just because they are a division foe. Like, nice run, hey, good job, Ben Johnson. You won the division, you won a playoff game against a rival. But, the fact that the Rams are favored at your place when they're an indoor team, like, there's a reason for that. The old men in the desert know. It could be. I think the spread's 3.5. Could easily be a 3-point game.
Yeah. I got to be in close. Caleb Williams has had 7 game-winning drives. 6 in the regular season. Of course, 1 in the postseason, 1 last week. I think that's the most of any quarterback in one season. but Matt Stafford has the most game-winning drives and fourth-quarter comebacks of all active quarterbacks. If it's close late, I know the acrylic assassin be doing his thing, but I also trust number 9 on the other side. I was just thinking about this earlier. Shout out to, actually, I ain't gonna call him. Somebody on Facebook said that. Actually, no. It was talking about the other two divisions. Never mind. Okay. Coming into the season, I said that the NFC West would be the toughest, if not one of the tougher divisions in football. And now you look and they sent 3 teams to the postseason, each of them with at least 12 wins. Of the 4 remaining in the NFC, 3 of them are the teams from the NFC West. And they are guaranteed to have at least one representative in the NFC Championship game. Well, make it 2. I got the Rams to win.
I believe somebody named me picked the Seahawks to win that division. Maybe I picked the Rams. I don't know.
I picked the Rams, but hey, you might have picked the Hawks. But I'm going to take the Rams in this one. I think it's going to come down to experience, and at the end of the day, it's Matt Stafford, everyone's favorite gunslinger. So, yeah, I'm going to say 27-24 Rams, late score. And those are our divisional round previews. So, real quick, our second feature. Go ahead, James.
Mike Tomlin is stepping down as the head coach of the Steelers after 19 seasons following the 30-6 loss to the Houston Texans in the wild card round. Any thoughts on this? I'll go real quick. It was kind of unexpected, but in a way it also wasn't. Because we've been wondering if Tomlin was going to get fired, for the last couple of years, because the Steelers are just not really doing anything. They're having a winning record, but, at some point you got to do something other than have all these 9-8 seasons. You got to actually win. And Steelers haven't successfully been able to do that since they won the Super Bowl in 2008 against the Arizona Cardinals. They did get to the one Super Bowl they lost to Green Bay when Aaron Rodgers was there. But other than that, what are the Steelers doing? Like, how are they making themselves a real contender in the AFC? It just seems like it's the right time to move on. It's time to go in a different direction, and bring somebody to the Steelers organization that has a different mentality and, try to build this team for the future. So I think it comes at the right time. I think it's the right move. And as far as Tomlin, he's going to be taking the year off. But we'll see if he still wants to get back into coaching after like a year or so, because maybe there'll be another team that he wants to coach in the next coaching cycle.
Dom?
I think he probably goes the Bill Cowher route. He's taking a year off. He's probably going to go directly into an analyst job on television. And then I think for the next, 4 or 5 at least number of years, until he says something about being done. Just like when Cowher left coaching, people were like, oh, he's going to come back. He's going to come back. I don't think he's going to come back. And the thing is, okay, he coached there for 19 seasons. For the last 9, he didn't win a playoff game. I'm 99% sure the last time the Steelers won a playoff game was 2016. And that's just not going to cut it. Like, I don't give a shit if, you never finished under 500. Cool. So that means you're always in or around the playoff picture. But, you get in and then you can't win a game. For the last 9 years, Mike Tomlin has been Marvin Lewis 2.0. Make the playoffs and can't win. And honestly, for several of those years, it's set that team back. Like, their O-line has been bad for close to a decade. And it never used to be that way. And, like, he never adapted. You can't go out there and win games running the ball and with defense. Plus, the O-line's so bad, they can't run the ball either. Like they need a reset, and I think this will be the time, and the first time since the 1960s. Like we're talking before Chuck Noll. They're going to bring in a coach, and he's not going to be there for decades and decades, because what they really need to do, I don't know if the front office will jive with it. They need to go get a bridge quarterback, or just roll. What's the dude's name? The backup from Ohio State. I forget his first name. His last name's Howard.
Will Howard, yeah.
Yeah. They need to roll him out there next year. Go ahead and win, 3-4 games, and then draft a quarterback the following year. The other thing they need to do is trade TJ Watt for assets in the draft in 27, not this year, because you're not going to get a whole lot for him. Yeah, they just need to lose and stack up assets and then go get a quarterback in 2 years. I swear to God, if they go out there and reach for the next Kenny Pickett, it's going to be terrible.
Well, the good news is apparently Dante Moore at the University of Oregon will not declare for the 2026 NFL Draft. He is staying in school. So, what do you think?
Yeah, he doesn't want to get drafted by the Jets.
I don't think anyone wants to get drafted by the Jets, but anyway. But in your scenario where you're saying Pittsburgh should go get their quarterback in the future a little later, what do you think of Dante Moore to Pittsburgh?
I don't know. I'm not sold. I think part of the reason that he stayed, in addition to not wanting to get drafted by the Jets, trying to build his resume. Like, none of these this is a very, very weak quarterback draft class. None of these guys have a resume beyond 1 year, and people forget, or some of them just don't know. Dante Moore started for a good portion of the season prior to this year at Cal, and he sucked.
Yeah.
I think it's a good thing for Pittsburgh, but they need to change the way that they do things going forward.
Yeah. I had said that they needed to go get a guy right now and just have him sit behind Rodgers the same way Rodgers sat behind Favre. Remember, Rodgers sat behind Favre for 3 years. Look how he turned out. So they can go and get somebody right now. Or you know what? Maybe they have a conversation with Will Howard and say, hey, you might be the man. So, we're going to have you learn a little bit more. Because let's face it.
They're going to probably trade for a veteran. That's what I would expect them to do. They're not the type of team that just like, yeah, we're going to play the young guys. No. They're going to go bring someone in.
Yeah.
They rolled with Mason Rudolph a couple different times.
Hey, and he won 10 games with Mason. So yeah, it was coming.
We're gonna try to go get Kyler Murray.
Took the words out of my mouth.
Wow. They might go.
They're gonna do it.
They just might. They very well just might. But as far as Tomlin goes, I don't think his coaching days are over. I was trying to think, but then again, I can't see that far ahead as to who would need a coach after this season. I think it might be one of those teams that will hire like a bridge coach right now. Kind of like how, how like the Patriots hired, let's face it, they hired Gerard Mayo until Vrabel became available.
He's got a defensive background.
Mm-hmm.
So he will be the perfect fit to go to the Cincinnati Bengals.
Who is this?
Zach
Mayo?
Taylor.
Oh, Zach Taylor. Oh, no.
Is garbage, and I still don't know how he doesn't get fired. He's got to have some kind of blackmail on the team owner. But I'm saying, like, Mike Tomlin go to the Cincinnati Bengals after, like, next season. That'll be perfect.
Interesting.
You got a quarterback that already knows what he's doing. You got an offense. You don't worry about that. The defense is the problem. Tomlin can fix that.
Tomlin can fix it. Yep, that is true. That is true. All right. Well, we've reached the non-sports topic segment, final segment. Who will have the better-selling album in 2026? J. Cole announced this week that the Fall Off will drop February the 6th of 2026, and we know that Iceman was supposed to come out late last year but never did. So who will have the better selling album in 2026? J. Cole's The Fall Off or Drake's Iceman?
It's probably going to be Drake because Drake has all the simps and all the morons that are his fans, so he's going to have the numbers. But J. Cole, I mean, this guy is like the GTA of dropping an album. He keeps saying that it's going to come out on a certain date, and then he continues to push it back. So now it's finally being dropped. So it's probably going to be Drake, but this is ridiculous.
I mean, Fall Off should have came out 2 years ago, but
so should GTA 6.
Yeah, so GTA 6. Yeah, to your point. You know, I mean,
at this point, GTA 7 is going to come out before GTA 6.
PlayStation 10. But now, who will have the better selling album? Drake, for the reasons that James said. Who will have the better album? J. Cole. Sorry, I don't think there's anything on Drake's catalog that can beat 2014 Forest Hills Drive. That I won't. I mean, I'll be willing to hear some arguments, but I've got 2014 Forest Hills Drive over all of Drake's catalog. I mean, even his like earlier good work. But I think the Fall Off is going to be the better album. But I think Iceman is going to outsell him. Dom, what do you think?
Yeah, pretty much exactly what you said. Drake has just legions and legions of stans. Like I've never been a Drake fan at all.
None of them.
But it's like, I can't think of. I mean, as much as I dislike Jay-Z, I'll give him props 1,000 times over before I ever do Drake. It's just like he's not objectively.
He's not good.
It's not like he has bars. He has all these fans, and it's like, you know, as all this time has gone by, there's people out there that say, oh, you know, the Beatles were massively overrated, you know, as the one of the greatest and, you know, top selling rock bands of all time. But it's like Drake is that, but even worse because like there's no real strong arguments for his talent. And I've had this argument with Jahan many times, and it's like
Drake is a better performer. He can do all the stage stuff, but J. Cole is more talented. He's a better artist.
Far and away. And popular does not directly correlate to good.
True.
I really don't like Drake.
You never could stand him.
At least he's honest. But I agree.
He's just not good. Plus, he has a girl's first name. He's Canadian, so that's weird. He's a hanger. He's the worst, like, you know, carpet bagging fan in sports.
And he, like, apparently he roots for, like, 20,000 teams.
That's what I'm saying. It's almost become a curse.
It is. It literally is a curse.
Like, I wouldn't care what it would take to do it, but, you know, if I was an owner or someone in the front office of whatever NBA team and I saw Drake at our game, I'd be like, you're banned. Leave and don't come back.
I remember
You'd be not met bothering
the
nobody.
Raptors were in the playoffs. They kept showing him on every play. It was so annoying.
Yeah, they gave him the Taylor Swift effect. They kept showing him like every play type stuff.
Maybe Miss Taylor, honestly.
Yeah, that was just and the funny part about it is that's now we're assuming
Why can't
that
Sabrina Carpenter go to the game? I want to look at her.
Sabrina Carpenter.
Sabrina Carpenter.
Who's that?
You don't know who that is?
Oh,
She's a pop singer.
Oh, okay, not bad.
She's like the same age as me.
I was going to say that.
Let's interview her on the Gauntlet. Let's do it.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, Sabrina Carpenter. I don't know what she sung, but okay.
She thinks all men are trash in her music. made a song that's called Man Child, and she basically said men are stupid idiots. So, but she can call me an idiot. I'll take it. That's all I'm saying, boys.
So she's another Billie Eilish / Taylor Swift. Got it. But hey, at least she's not bad looking. So, well, I think that's it, boys. Shout out to Bacon Grizz in the comments.
Shout out to Bacon Grizz, the outlaw of social media.
And
thank you guys, everybody, for watching. And we'll see you guys on the next episode of Gauntlet, hopefully NFC Championship.
Good night, Palmdale, California.
Good night, Flagstaff, Arizona.